Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS, just a little after 7:45 here as we get your Thursday morning started. I can't wait till Friday. I need the weekend.
One day away.
Yes, I know, but we got to get there. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Milleris, Ed Matthews, and Christian Morgan.
Yeah, we basically carbon copied every day of the forecast this week because it's very, very similar. We could use so many adjectives that are heat related to describe it. When will we get some relief? I don't see that in the 7-day.
Neither do I, unfortunately. Heat and humidity, two words we know all too well right now. Go ahead, say it with me. Heat and humidity. Okay, that's enough. We're going to be up around 90 degrees again today and tomorrow and the next day after that. Running a chance for afternoon showers and pop-up storms. Now, yesterday was a very busy afternoon. We had some pretty nasty storms across the Triad, and a lot of folks really got drenched with rain, especially in Alamance County, even some spots in Guilford County and down in Randolph County as well. But I don't expect that to be the case today. Most of us, I think, will stay dry. There's just that 20% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm as we go throughout the afternoon. Rain chances do get a little bit better as we go into the weekend, and each afternoon we're going to run close to that 90-degree mark as a slow-moving cold front, and I'm talking about slow, inches its way a little closer to us. That'll increase our rain chance over the weekend, but neither Saturday nor Sunday look to me like washout days. Just kind of keep an eye on the radar or keep an eye to the sky if you plan to be outside. We'll keep that chance for showers and thunderstorms in heading into next week, and we'll keep the heat. And we'll keep the humidity too, but mid-80s early next week, a little bit better than upper 80s and 90, if you ask me.
All right, and we want to say happy birthday, Jarrell. I know you're tuning in and just mentioned that today is your special day. Okay, so our first conversation involves social media. How coincidental. You've probably heard the name. Tabitha Brown. She is the North Carolina native who became a TikTok sensation through her vegan recipes. She just launched a spice with the McCormick seasoning brand, and it was a huge hit. So our question for you today, before we give you some background on this, is what is your favorite go-to spice or seasoning? Let us know in the comments section below. It took all of 39 minutes for Sunshine by Tabitha Brown to sell out. Brown posted about it, thanking everyone for their support. The seasoning is a mix of garlic, ginger, pineapple, and mango, a unique mix.
All right, so it looks like people have weighed in. Leslie said, everything but the bagel, just best seasoning ever. April said, I use everything possible for seasoning. I mix mine together in one shaker. Pretty neat. I like that. And we even heard from our Lauren Coleman. She said, I use oregano, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, seasoned salt. It's all there. And Helen says she uses garlic and onion powder, cumin, paprika, chili powder, grounded ginger, Cajun seasoning, cayenne for heat. She says she's allergic to peppercorns, so she rarely uses salt. Shauna said Greek seasoning. It is good on everything. And we heard from Larice, who said she likes a seasoning called Slap Y'all Mama.
Ooh, that's good.
She says you can't go wrong with it. So these are responses that I had on my Facebook page, just to give you some background here, because we kind of just jumbled it all together. But that was on my Facebook page yesterday. I just kind of posted about, seasonings. What seasonings are your go-tos? I use salt and pepper. That's pretty much it. So if you're trying to spice it up, what are your go-to seasonings? What do you pull off of the spice rack? Megan, are you the chef in your house? And if so, what are your spices?
I make an effort. My husband, though, is the more experienced chef, and he loves to cook. So we have a whole spice cabinet, like any spice you could ever need and more is in our house, and he uses them to cook.
That's great.
My go-tos are on the simpler side. I really don't love over seasoning things, but I love lemon pepper and dill, and the combination of those two. Yeah, so like I love fish with a little bit of panko breadcrumbs, and then I put on top of it the lemon pepper and the dill, and it is absolutely delicious. Sometimes a little bit of lemon squeezed on there too is really nice, and just a simple meal that makes you feel healthy, like you're not overloading the natural flavor of the food.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, so that's my go-to.
Yeah.
I've acquired a taste for cumin recently because my son loves mushrooms with a little bit of butter and a little bit of cumin. So kind of discovered that by accident. But yeah.
Nice. See, you say you're not the chef, but maybe you really are.
I know about the spices at least. That's something.
All right, Ed Matthews, you're up next. I know you're not giving any to Rio.
Oh, no. I like that lemon pepper as well. But I love to grill out, and when I can afford it, I like to grill out a steak, a ribeye. And I learned this from a local chef. Have you ever put oregano on a grilled steak while it's grilling, while it's cooking. The oregano seasoning is awesome on a steak, so I love oregano.
All
I
right.
thought about that.
Yeah, me neither. How about, well, clearly I only use salt and pepper. How about you, Christian?
I love a good blackening seasoning, whether it's on chicken or whether it's on fish or what. So, you know, you can make your own with a little bit of paprika and some of the cumin, cayenne pepper, of course, salt and pepper, and then add a couple other things in there. But I love a good blackened seasoning on fish or chicken or anything, even on a steak too.
Nice. Okay, so I've got to spice it up here, literally.
Evidently.
Yeah, I think it's because my kids, you know, they are still sampling flavors and foods, and it's just enough to get them to like try different things. So I'll put like a little cinnamon on their carrots, or you know, a little allspice on their like cheeseburgers or something like that, just to give it a little. But I don't want to overdo it because I don't want them to be turned off by it. So you know, those little impressions last a lifetime. Maria said she likes garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, chicken, bouillon, salt, oregano, whatever is on the spice rack. Apparently Maria is using it. I love it. Carol Harris says she likes hot sauce. Lloyd says it all depends on what you're cooking. All seasonings don't go with everything. I agree. Salt and pepper somehow does. But yeah, I gotta switch it up too. Tamrika said the same thing. I use all spices, but it really depends on what I'm fixing. It will depend on the spices that I use. Joan says that she can't do without her garlic salt. And Tammy just wanted to know, you know, what are you cooking? And last night it was pork chops. So yeah, you would think, oh, there's so much you can do. I did salt and pepper.
I'm gonna branch you out a little bit.
Yeah.
So funny.
That's how I am in like everything though. I'm just a very simple person. But these are great comments, and I will definitely try to spice it up.
Yeah, several repeat comments about Old Bay and adobo, like go-to spices. So I don't have either
lemon
one.
pepper though.
Somebody mentioned that
sounds
slap
really
your
good.
mama
It
seasoning.
is.
What did you say?
I said somebody mentioned that slap your mama seasoning. That stuff is off the charts.
You've
What
had that.
is that?
Huh?
What is it?
It's, I don't know how to describe it.
Is it like hot sauce? Like, is it hot?
It's got a kick to it. Yeah, it's not hot sauce, but it's got a kick to it. It's really, really good on fish.
Okay.
And on French fries, it's really good. It's good stuff. You should try it.
The
Comes in a
name
yellow. Comes
is
in a
like a
yellow
turn
can.
off.
Yeah, I mean, as a mother,
Slap your mama.
I'm not excited about the title, the name of the seasoning, but I mean, you know, I'd give it a chance, I guess.
Maybe it means like slap her taste buds with flavor.
I'm sure there's
It's just
several meanings.
abbreviated and I don't know, kind of derogatory. Sounds like, but apparently it tastes good.
Oh, but you know, we all get it. All right, keep letting us know because this is a great conversation. Oh, by the way, if you like blackened seasoning, our Brian says Red Lobster has a great blackened tilapia.
Yummy.
So there you go. And thank you, Tammy, for letting us know that we look beautiful. That's sweet.
Oh,
That's very sweet.
Awesome, thank you. We appreciate your compliments. We do have some headlines to get to before our second conversation about social media. But first, we'll start with this. Try University has announced vaccine requirements and the consequences for students who ignore them. Wake Forest University says it will remove students who have not taken their COVID-19 shots. The deadline for proof of vaccination was July 1st, but the school is giving some leeway. Starting on August 1st, Wake says it will start the process of unenrolling students who don't comply. The need to fill open nursing positions is a national problem. Cone Health has a shortage of nurses. WFMY News' Denise McMiller looks at its push to get positions filled so patients can continue getting quality care.
Well, Cone Health Administration says that since the pandemic, some of their team members have decided they want to pursue other things outside of nursing or just spend more time with their families. And this is playing a big part in why they're seeing a shortage. So now they are working hard to fill open nurse positions. Cone Health's Alamance Regional Medical Center held their first in-person hiring event since the pandemic Wednesday. Through job fairs and online applications, they hope to fill 30 registered nurse positions and 50 nurse tech spots within the next 45 days. The need is so great, they've created a guide to draw people in.
In the past, we had not had many LPNs come to our campuses, but now we are definitely reaching out to licensed practical nurses as well. And we have a new model, which is called the RN attending model. And with that model, it's a RN, LPN, and nurse tech working together as a team. So we are highly encouraging people to come and learn about that model, because there's not too many people that have that kind of model out there.
Those interested have the option to work in any area they like, from the intensive care unit to behavioral health. And to make sure patients get quality care through this shortage, staff members are being offered different incentives.
We ask them if they're willing to work extra hours. We also have different kind of programs out there, like we have contracts where they can work different shifts and they get different pay, and we have different differential pay as well. So there's many options out there.
And there is a second job fair planned for next month. The exact date is still being worked out. For more information on how to apply online for some of these open positions, visit our website at WFMYnews2.com.
Well, if you are looking for a job, make sure you put this on your plans today. NC Works is hosting another career fair. It's an in-person outdoor hiring event today from 10 to 2 at the NC Works Career Center in Greensboro. Well, soon we will know who won North Carolina's second vaccine lottery drawing. There are 2 winners. One adult will receive $1 million, and someone between 12 and 17 will win $125,000 in a scholarship. Governor Cooper will make the announcement today at 3, and we'll keep you updated on air and online once that happens. So when the winners are announced, you will likely get the news on your phone, maybe on the News 2 Facebook page or through one of our notifications on Twitter. But that brings us to this next conversation this morning. What is your favorite social media site or app? Some of you texted in your answers. Gavin said TikTok. Another viewer said TikTok. I love the funny videos along with the informative videos. Someone else wrote in and said, I like TikTok for entertainment purposes, but for information about what's going on in the community, I like Facebook. I just don't like all the gossip that goes along with the Facebook app. Some people misuse what should be a helpful tool for us all. And Matthew says, my favorite social media app is Twitter because it's so informative and fun. All right, I am not on TikTok, but it sounds like a lot of people love the app for their entertainment value. You know, the songs, the dances, the videos apparently are just hilarious. I have not taken part yet. However, Instagram would be something that I do enjoy. I don't ever feel pressured to post on it daily like I do Facebook for some reason. But Instagram, it's like those moments that I have to share with people. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this picture was so cute, I have to share it. Whereas, you know, it's not an everyday thing. It's more like a once a week type of thing. And that's what I like. It's kind of like a casual update for me.
Yeah. I feel the same way about both social media platforms. Definitely use Facebook more often than Instagram, but I like scrolling Instagram for other people's pictures. Even though I don't post a ton on Instagram, I prefer Facebook as far as the information and staying connected with people. Even though evidently the younger generations are not on Facebook anymore. They prefer Instagram or TikTok. Snapchat was super popular a couple years ago. I have stopped using that as of as long as I can remember. But yeah, Twitter, you know, has always been a source of information over the years. It's great for journalists to gather information and to push information out to you very quickly and concisely. But even there, I feel like I've kind of navigated away from that a little bit over the years. So all in all, I think these big social media apps, the popular ones at least, serve a good purpose, but they can also be used for not so good reasons. And we see that, as some viewers pointed out, in just the gossip and some of the polarization that can happen with political conversations on these apps. So Christian, that's why you said you like just sticking with the pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's my favorite. But like Tracy said, I don't post on Instagram every day. I feel like it's more of a casual thing. It's when I come across a picture or take a picture, I'm like, oh, I have to post this. This is really good. But like you said too, Megan, I like kind of scrolling Instagram and seeing what everybody else has posted. For me, I think it depends on when it comes to the Facebook and Twitter thing. I'm not on, I can't get into the TikTok thing. I've tried, I'm not creative enough. I can't, I'm not funny enough. I just can't get into the TikTok thing. But for me, between Twitter and Facebook, it kind of depends on what audience I'm trying to reach. I'll tell you, for if we talk about it in job perspective and weather perspective, if we're trying to get up to the minute information out, especially on a stormy day like yesterday, Twitter's the best because it just, it puts it right out there. And Facebook, you may come back a couple days later and you may see something I posted that said, hey, there's a severe thunderstorm warning here, and it may be from 2 or 3 days ago. So a lot of times Facebook isn't the most accurate or up to date to the minute when trying to post weather information. And Twitter is also a good way to keep up with a lot of other meteorologists and other folks who do weather. So I use Twitter a lot for that. But for the general public and general posting on the daily, I try to stick to Facebook, but I try to keep it all weather. I feel like people get too enraged on Facebook sometimes and can start too many fights on Facebook, and they don't have the opportunity to do that because you only say so much on Twitter.
That's true. There you go. Restrict you in terms of your characters, as Ed Matthews pointed out earlier on the Good Morning Show. But you're kind of, short with your replies, aren't you?
Well, I say what I need to say and get it done and move on. I'm not even sure. I like Facebook and Twitter. Those are the two that I use, but I use them for work. And I certainly agree with Christian about, pushing out information, especially on severe weather. It's so easy to do with Twitter. I'm not even sure that I'd have a social media account if I wasn't in the TV business, but I gotta give a thumbs up to Facebook because of posting to the rescue pets that are up for adoption. You can just write forever, a really concise and nice bio about the animal that is looking for a forever home. So, and of course our To the Rescue Facebook page, many organizations here in the Triad and across North Carolina actually use that forum to post their pets. So I like that, but personally, I would more likely use Twitter just for my own use.
We got to get Ed an Instagram.
What did you say, Christian?
Nah,
we got to get Ed an Instagram.
No, you don't. No, two's enough for me, Facebook and Twitter.
I agree.
That's all I can handle.
Ed, I feel like you would have some awesome pictures to post from all your bike riding extravaganzas out and about around town.
Oh yeah, and I do. If Rio gets a haircut and she looks real good, she always does, and all that stuff, I'll post things. But I'm just not one to say, oh, I took a walk in the park, here's a picture, It's got to be something compelling that I think people would really like, as far as my personal life.
Right. Have you guys ever heard of Star Maker? It's an app that our Brian has suggested. It's a social media plus sing-along app, he said. So that we could try that one. Art and Love says, we love TikTok. Jason Hutchins said Twitter because you can just mute people who annoy you. Yeah, I think you can do that pretty much on everyone, but maybe it's easier on Twitter. I rarely use Twitter, so I don't even remember how it works. I use it so infrequently. Carol said, TikTok, I love the religious users on there. You can watch preaching almost any time of the day. And then she said after that, her go-to is Facebook. And then we heard also from, I commented about rarely using Twitter. But Joanne said, as part of the older generation, I prefer Facebook to keep in touch with my 6+ extended family all over the country. And I think for that it is really good to be able to share pictures, to get them out with one shot. I like to use an app called Fish Tank, and you upload your pictures and you invite people specifically in by email, and then they're able to look and comment on your pictures. You can't save it, you can't use it, you can't do anything with it except for view it or like it and comment on it. So I use that one for my family. So I know you guys think I post a little too much of my kids on Facebook, but I post way more on that site just to share with friends that we haven't been able to see in quite a while, especially during the pandemic. But awesome. I'll have to look at that Star Maker app.
Yeah, apparently you can make money if you're good at singing. So Christian, I think you should sign up, a side hustle maybe for you, make some extra cash.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so your conversation, Tracy, made me think about this app called Simple Prints that I discovered just by chance. It is where you can upload photos from your phone, which all of our photos are on our phone these days anyway, so it saves you a step of having to email them to yourself. And then you can make these photo books. Like, you literally just drag and drop the pictures into the pages, and you can choose these formats. And so I did that with a couple of my son's baby albums, and it was so fast. And then you just click order, and you get the box delivered to your door with the photo book, like, within a few days.
Nice.
Yeah, so great stuff out there.
Yeah.
I like the free apps. I don't think I've ever paid for an app before.
Right.
But
I didn't by accident.
yeah, that thumbprint will get you.
Oops.
It will. You think it's free, and then you're like, oh, I purchased this. Great. All right, guys.
The trial ran out.
One thing that's always free is the weather.
Oh yeah, no
that transition?
charge. No charge
priceless.
whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, 7 day, yeah, you know, more of the same. You know, we have this posted on social media as well, because we post a lot of weather on social media, so you can see it. 7 day, mainly dry today, low storm chance and a low storm chance tomorrow. With the approach of a cold front coming in from the northwest, a little better chance of those afternoon and evening storms over the weekend. Don't cancel weekend plans, but just keep in the back of your mind that you may have to dodge a shower or storm in the afternoon on Saturday and Sunday, and that front should be pretty close by late Sunday and into Monday. So that may be our best shot, 50% chance of showers and storms. And we'll drop the temperatures back due mainly to extra clouds and the better rain chance. And if we can get this front to move on through, we'll stay in the mid 80s for at least the first part of next week.
And I know we were talking a lot about social media apps, but we had a couple shout outs here from Pamela and Tammy, who love our WFMY News 2 app.
Nice.
And we really appreciate that. They say they specifically love all the weather, which is really great. I mean, that's my go-to for weather as well, because you can see not only the 7 day, but also the live interactive radar. I mean, we used it last night when we were on our walk and we heard thunder in the distance, pulled up the app, looked at the radar and thought, we better get home. This big band of rain is coming our way, and we have, a stroller out here in the middle of nowhere. Yes, so
Yes. And also, you guys got a shout out. Don't know if you saw it, but someone said you guys look handsome today. So you take that.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Take that with all your
Thank you.
spices and put it on the grill.
their cheeks are turning red.
All right, thanks so much for hanging with us on After GMS. We'll have more fun conversations tomorrow as we head into the weekend, and we'll see you on the Good Morning Show bright and early starting at 4:30. Yay. We'll see you later. Take care.
See you.